So I felt the need to make this video about a lot of news I've been hearing and our rivals that are laughing at our transfer strategy, saying we're going for old men, we're going for people past their prime, we're getting worse. You know, fans in general, our rival fans, always want to have a go at us, and if there's any sort of news there that will add fuel to the fire, of course they're going to jump on that. You know they're going to jump on it. But to me, Norgard, I don't understand why the bad media coverage is coming out as heavy as it is. It's weighing down heavy. Norgard, to me, is the ideal replacement for Partey. Yes, it's not somebody who is like a Caicedo who's coming in for the foreseeable future, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ahead. Yes, we've got Zubimendi for that position, who's going to be hopefully doing that and playing that role comfortably for the next half a decade or years, however many years he plays for us. That's Zubimendi's job. Now, Norgard isn't here to play every single game. He's here to do a job, right? And his job description is to make sure when Zubimendi's not playing and he gets called upon, he does the job that Zubimendi would normally do. What Partey would normally do. He's cleaning up, he's offering that stability in front of the back four, and he's offering that rotation ability for Arteta, the ability to rest Zubimendi, the ability to make sure Rice carries on playing in that number 8 role. That's what Norgard's coming in for. Now, the fact that we're getting in for about 10 million, I can't speak highly enough about that. Yes, he's 31, but he's not playing every game. So when he does get called upon, he can give 120% every game, I'm hoping. Yeah? So the fact that we're getting laughed at about our transfer strategy, I find that quite comical. I'll tell you why. What we're doing here is we're building a squad. Now, the reason we've not won the league in the last few seasons is because the lack of squad depth. The fact that Arteta and Berta are getting in players that are going to be squad players is basically what we've been lacking the last few years. Well, we've always lacked that replacement rotation ability, and it's cost us big. It's always cost us big. For example, Thomas Partey was suspended for the first leg of the PSG game, and we got knocked out. We didn't have a striker this January. We didn't sign anyone, a replacement. We couldn't, it wasn't sustainable. The season before, we've lacked that squad depth. So, the fact that we're getting Norgard, Kepa, to me, Kepa is an amazing keeper as a backup. You tell me who's going to get a second keeper as good as Kepa for 5 million. The experience he's had, excuse me, the ball knowledge he's got about the Premier League, the confidence in his ability, all that for 5 million is a bargain. And then we're getting, hopefully, another central defender in Mosquera from Valencia. And again, he's a young lad, and it's not going to cost us a lot of money. So we're filling in the pieces that we've been lacking the last few seasons, and that is amazing that we're doing that pretty fast. Because I tell you what, it gives us that time and the negotiation time in July and August to get the centre forward and the winger that we need. We're getting a few players. We're going to be negotiating a few players at a time, and the fact that we're getting these signings done, honestly, it's great, because we went off to a slow start, but now we're picking up, surely but slowly we are. And the fact that rivals think that we're not serious, just from this last week, the talks and the rumours and the transfer targets and the players that are going to be signing for Arsenal has given me the belief that we are doing stuff behind the scenes. Not everything needs to be public. Remember, just because I don't know and you don't know, and Tom, Dick and Harry next door doesn't know, it doesn't mean nothing's happening. It doesn't mean that at all, right? Arsenal have always been quite quiet doing business anyway, and the fact that we are being linked with the best wingers like Rodrigo, Eze, centre forwards in Sesko and Gyökeres, it's good. We always get linked with these players though, so obviously you don't look into that too much. But I think our transfer strategy is playing out a little bit different this season. We're going in for the squad players first, and then we're going to get the main players that are going to be, starting in the first 11. But Zubimendi's over the line, so I tell you what, Zubimendi's done, Norgaard's done. So we're getting 2 players in the same position. That's top. That's good. Squad depth for that. And then we're getting Mosquera because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We need to make sure there's a replacement there for Saliba. So I believe if we do get him, he's going to be rivaling Saliba for that spot. And if he does end up going in the next few seasons, then hopefully we will have built him up to take on that role. Yeah. We've also got Ben White and Timber on the right. Left back, we've got Skelly, Calafiori. We're not sure about Kivior, if he's going to be staying on or not. And then we've got Gabriel as well. Don't forget Calafiori can play on the left side of that centre-back pairing as well. And then we'll have Martinelli on the left, Trossard as well. And hopefully we will be getting the left winger. And then Saka on the right. If we get Eze, for example, he can play on the right as well. Ethan Nwaneri can. Then we'll have Havertz up top with Sesko or Gyökeres. And then don't forget Jesus. We'll have the number 8s like Declan Rice, Mikel Merino. Havertz can drop there sometimes if need be. So look, if our targets come in and we do end up getting the players that we believe that we should be getting, then look, we'll have a good team. We will actually have a good team going for the start of the season. All you Arsenal fans have got to do is just hope that Arteta and the sporting director pull off these transfers. Because if we pull off these transfers, we've already got Zubimendi. He's a top player, right? If we can get Sesko and Rodrigo or Eze over the line, and that centre-back, then I think we're going to have to rate the transfer window a strong 8 or 9 out of 10. It started off slow, we all know that, but it has been picking up the paces recently. So hopefully next week we'll have a couple of signings announced like Zubimendi, Kepa, Norgaard, and then we can start to prioritise the front line, the forward line. So look, I think Arteta and the new sporting director are getting on well. They know what the targets are, and they just want to make sure that they negotiate properly so no team can rip us off, and then we can make sure we're doing it on the right financial year, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. So look, rival fans can laugh all they want, but where are they finishing? Who are they signing? Yeah, and I think you know what sort of rival fans I'm talking about, yeah? We don't need to speak about Liverpool because Liverpool are a top club and we respect Liverpool for who they are. You know, teams like Liverpool make the Premier League what it is, yeah? They're a breath of fresh air. They always do things the right way, the footballing way, and we respect Liverpool as a football club. But some teams think they're Liverpool, but they're not. So look, let me know what you think. Hopefully we'll get these transfer windows done. And yeah, let's see what happens next week.